good times.
Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Engineer. How was your trip?
Well, not too bad. I lost a little time chugging around the Big Dipper, but I made it up along the Milky Way. Oh, I've got this package addressed to you. That shiftless Rogers boy who lives on a ranch a few miles out. Feels like long underwear.
Thank you, Mr. Engineer.
So long, honey. Gotta blast off. See you in a light year or so. All aboard! I've been asked to deliver a postcard to Miss Betty Blake. Well, Miss Betty Blake, there's a postcard for you from Mr. Will Rogers.
Oh, thank you. Dear Blake, here I am in South Africa. South Africa?
He didn't like Argentina.
Oh, thank you. Came here on a cattle boat and got seasick. In fact, I was so sick that even the cows couldn't bear to watch. Do you mind? When I got here, I found a job spinning a rope in Texas Jack's Wild West Show. What are you doing?
Oh, practicing. I'm your understudy.
Oh? We're not exactly the same type. Why do you think they picked you?
I'm Mr. Ziegfeld's type, honey.
Oh. Anyway, I've got some really good news. After being gone for over a year, Texas Jack is finally bringing the whole show back to the US of A as he's booked us into the St. Louis World's Fair. He's coming back. Isn't that wonderful? On the way home, we have to play Australia and New Zealand. So if you're counting the days like I am, the exact number is 642. 642? Will Rogers! I'm not wasting my youth on some shiftless, uneducated, rope-throwing, no-account Cherokee show business cowboy. No, sir. Not the simple farm girl from Arkansas.
Excuse me, honey. You want the 642 days to pass just like that?
Of course I do.
Then you just leave it to me. Here, take this. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, don't just stand there, honey. Go make a change. Ladies and gentlemen, it is by special arrangement with Mr. Ziegfeld, that pussycat. It is now 642 days later, and the St. Louis World's Fair of 1904 presents genuine cowboys and Indians, displaying their incredible skill and mastery of the untamed broncos and mustangs of the great American prairie. Direct from their triumphal world tour, Texas Jack Mahall's spectacular Wild West Show. Mr. Rogers, have you ever thought of running for President of the United States?
That's the fella. I swear everything you're about to hear is the gospel truth. So help me, Ziegfeld.
Mr. Rogers, now that you're back on top as the #1 box office star of stage, screen, radio, and newspaper, wouldn't you like to try for president?
I don't know. Politics is the only branch of show business I ain't tried yet.
This country needs you, Mr. Rogers.
Well, I tell you, this country might be used to having just about anything at all as a presidential candidate, but we haven't quite yet sold to the professional actor stage. That's what I said in 1928, folks.
Do you mind telling me what political party you belong to?
Well, I'm not a member of any organized party. I'm a Democrat.
Would you consider running as a candidate for the debunked party?
Debunked?
Exactly. Mr. Rogers, you've been invited to speak at the Democratic Convention in Houston, and you've also been invited to speak at the Republican Convention in Kansas City.
The Democratic Convention, that's great. You know, the Democrats always have more fun at their conventions, because they know they ain't going anywhere afterwards.
So what do you say, Mr. Rogers? Since you're the first man in history who's been asked to address both conventions in the same year, you can ask them directly to vote for you.
You folks ever hear anything so nonsensical in your life? Well, fellas have to be plumb loco to give up a useful career in anything just to go into politics.
So, will you run for president or not, Mr. Rogers?
I sure will.